Okay, so setting up to the ball, your weight should be distributed heel to toe right under the arches of your feet. That's what that sensor mat's for, to tell me where you're doing that or not. I haven't really turned it on or set it up yet.
Okay.
I want to do with some basics first. The takeaway is pretty good. You're in plane. The shaft angle is represented by that lower line.
Yep.
The cone area is where you want to keep the club. I need to measure you. I haven't done your biomechanical measurements yet. I'm going to measure your wingspan relative to your height, how long your forearm is and relative to your upper arm, then do a few other tests and just figure out where your swing should be for your build. Everybody swings based on their biomechanics.
Got it.
If you try to swing different than what your body will let you do, it just doesn't work. So this looks pretty good. It's on plane here. The shaft's parallel to the inclined plane of the shaft established at address. Your hands are a little bit off plane in the sense that your hands are going outside.
Got it.
Really, the club, the hand should stay on the plane of the shaft, pretty close to that. And your club at the top is in nice position, really. So I'm baffled as to it's a little laid off, but not much. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, if it were perfect, it would be parallel to the lower line. It would look more like that.
Okay.
But that's okay. I mean, you drop the club down nice. You unload the club. You have enough power. You get a little what we call thrust, and the pelvis moves forward toward the ball. The right knee shoots forward a little bit. That steepens the shaft. You can see here at impact, the shaft is at a different angle than it is at address. This is address. This is impact.
Okay.
That's the only real flaw that I can see from this angle, other than the club's a little bit laid off, but that's really not a deal breaker for me. Moving forward though, a couple inches at impact, that's a pretty common problem, and that'll cause you to push and hook. Do you understand what I'm saying there? Alright, so that's really so how do you fix that? Well, there's a couple drills. One is you put a club at a 45-degree angle across your right toe and left heel, and then move your right ankle and right knee. Your right ankle is going to roll inward, your right knee is going to move toward your left heel and not toward the ball. You're going to straighten your left leg and push your left hip back at the same time while you're doing that. That'll keep the shaft relatively similar to the address condition at impact. So that's really the only real flaw. You could get stuck here. Your right elbow gets stuck behind your right hip, and that can be a problem. The shaft really doesn't plane out properly here. The club shaft, you can see, is planing out too high, which means you're really not rotating your chest enough through the ball. That's because your pelvis is thrusting. It's hard to rotate your chest when your pelvis is moving forward.
So when you're saying I'm doing this,
yeah, so you're getting your pelvis is sort of moving underneath you a little too much there, and you can see the exit point of the shaft is too high there. So let me just show you. You'll see a tour player, his exit's a lot lower.
Got it.
So the club is rounding out. Your hands are working, so your hands more work. They follow the rotation of your chest. If your left arm's connected and you turn your chest, the hands have to work left. You're doing this a little bit and that way a little bit. So that's really what your problem is. I'm going to show you a couple other tour players you might see. This is Hunter Main.
Yep.
His swing is really quite perfect. Club's perfect at the top. Now watch it. The exit's going to be left because his chest rotates. You can see how low his exit is there. So he gets the club in the proper delivery position with the club head should run right through the hands parallel to the target line.
Got it.
And then it's just more of a chest rotation. So he's a lot more open at impact with his chest relative to the address. His hips are deeper and his exit's much lower. And that's all I will work on you. Once you learn that release pattern, you'll hit it much straighter.
Got it.
Alright, so need to see more with the driver. So yeah, we're going to cover the ball. Feel like your hands are working right around your left hip and your chest is rotating level. If you get too much tilt and too much thrust of the lower body, you can run into some issues.